Right now, get the tissues and popcorn ready. Christmas movie marathon begins in 3 days. Ho, ho, no. Plus, okay, it's your very first date with the possible new boo, but who pays for dinner? Hang out with us, y'all. The chat starts now.
Welcome to the chat. I'm Catalina Allures. Henny and Angelia are all joining the panel today.
Say my name twice.
Henny.
Henny. Allures, Henny.
Angelia Savage.
She wants the name.
I want it twice. I want that hyphenated name like yours. I love it.
Now, we might be a smaller panel today, but our conversation is still going to be very mighty.
Mighty, small, but
I hope y'all are ready. All right, well, let's get started with a work email that's going viral. A woman named Mandolin shared an exchange she had with her CEO after she emailed her team to tell them she was taking time off for mental health reasons. Her boss responded saying in part, "I just wanted to personally thank you for sending emails like this. Every time you do, I use it as a reminder for the importance of using sick days for mental health. I can't believe this is not standard practice at all organizations." So many people are praising this boss for the reaction. I mean, this is not what you normally see or hear. What do you guys think?
I think you're right. It's not what you usually see or hear, but I also think that it is the sign of the time. I also think that a lot of employers are now realizing that, well, I think it's no secret, first of all, that at almost every job, everybody's doing more than one person's job.
Oh, absolutely.
If you are at a job and you are just doing one thing, stay there.
Stay right, yeah, don't
right
leave.
There. Put a pause on it. You know, everyone these days are severely overworked, which means the stress level is way more intense, and you need that time. And I think bosses are realizing if they want to keep a healthy, happy employees, this is what they need to do. They need to encourage and enforce this and let them do it. A day or two off is not going to shut the company down.
And if it's a sick day, it's a sick day. Like, that's what they're there for. Even if, like, I mean, I really commend her for telling them that it was mental health reasons, because, I mean, that's something that we have to take the stigma off of.
Yes.
When people hear mental health, they're like, oh, this chick's crazy. Yeah, exactly. And that's, I mean, we're, like you said, we're all burnt out. I was reading, there's a subscription bag that Angelia and I both get, the Ipsy Glam bag. And every month when they come out, the editor puts out a little sweet letter. Well, this month, she was talking about how she was so burnt out, and how the only time she ever saw her husband, if she got to see him, was when she got home and was knocked out sleeping anyway because she was so tired. And so her reminder was that you need to take time, no matter how busy you are, how important your job is. Everyone needs a rest period.
But you have to take time, I mean, because there's so many things that can happen at work. Either you become very short-fused and you get really upset at things that are silly. I mean, whatever it may be. Somebody didn't leave the paper on your desk the right way that you wanted them to, and you snap at them, or it's because that you're actually feeling like you're overtired. You know, you're just really overtired, and you are really upset about going to work, and so then
Don't forget about those people that's on your nerves.
But then you start to withdraw, and then you go, oh, I don't care. I don't even care today. I don't even care about going to work today. I don't even care. So those are two different reasons for calling into work and saying that. But I feel like the stigma is still with you know, calling in for a mental health day, and so I find it really hard to do that. I have like a guilt factor. I would feel
one of those people.
I would feel guilty for saying, you know what, I need to take a mental health day. I need to get my self together because I need to either run errands or I just need to relax my mind for a minute.
Guilt?
Because I feel like, I mean, there's so many. It's society putting guilt on you. It's the stigma that comes with somebody saying you need a mental health day. I need a mental break because I'm tired. Well, what's wrong with you? Is something wrong? Is there something? Is everything okay at home?
Laws, in certain states, there are certain laws that they cannot question you and ask you, well, what's wrong? So you've got to, as an employee, you've got to know your rights depending on what state you're in. But I definitely understand what you're saying.
But I think it depends on what job you have, because I mean, like with this woman who actually wrote into her boss, and said, hey, I need a mental health day. I think she probably knew how it was going to be perceived, you know, so by the rest of the crew. I mean, I feel like she probably knew it was a safe zone, if you will, because I feel like if I were to do it, I would need to be a little bit more ambiguous and say, I just need to take a day off. I've got some stuff to do.
That's that stigma we're talking
I've got a doctor's appointment.
But why? You know what? When you say mental health, like you mentioned before, people think that's crazy. It is not. Let me tell you some things that fall under the mental health. Stress, anxiety, and depression. Those are things that every human being goes through, whether you're man, woman, black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, it doesn't matter.
And that's not chronic depression and chronic anxiety.
Not at all.
Every person at some point in their life will experience all
that
three
falls
of those.
under the mental health umbrella. So don't think that, you know, if you need that day, please take it, because don't come here with that foolishness. I'm going to need for you to go ahead and take it, boo.
Well, today I have it. No, I'm just
well, go ahead and go. We got this. We
will handle it.
Yeah, but you know, it is very important, I think, for employers to realize that this is what is happening. This is the new world. Everybody's overworked. Moms having to go home, deal with kids, homework, the husband, dinner, laundry, whatever it may be. This is the type of behavior that keeps employees at a job for a long time.
Yeah.
If my CEO is going to respond to me positive like that, it make me feel like I did something brave, I am going to invest more of my time and energy into that company. Yeah. Absolutely. Happy employees creates a happy employer.
Yeah,
it's just
and
that
a happy
simple.
mind creates better work.
Absolutely.
So that's what you need. All right, well, something else going viral. Comedian Patton Oswalt's response to critics who accused him of moving on way too soon after the death of his first wife. Oswalt announced over the weekend that he's engaged to be married to actress Meredith Salinger 15 months after he lost his wife. He was met with criticism, though, over the timing. Mr. Oswalt said that he had planned to ignore negative online commenters, but he changed his mind to share an angry blog written in his defense. The writer shared that it's no one else's place to judge, and that he was glad to see that Mr. Oswalt had expanded. So what do you ladies think? Is 15 months too soon to move on after the loss of a spouse?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and have that.
Thank you, because from firsthand experience, it is nobody's business. Nobody's business. When my father passed away, my mom, I mean, within weeks said that was it. That was the love of her life. She will never marry anyone else ever again. And then I think the following year, my best friend lost her mom. And her dad I think he started to talk about dating maybe 6 months, 10 months afterwards. Didn't do it, but started talking about it. You can't put a timeline on that kind of thing. And you also can't, you can't tell people that, oh, it's too soon. You have no idea, most people have no idea what it's like to lose their spouse. It gets to your heart in a very specific kind of way, and I am very proud of what Patton Oswalt has done because he also has a daughter, little Alice. And the way that Michelle, the new fiance, is coming into their life, she's been warmly accepted by not only his family, but his first wife's family. And that's the most important part. Anybody else's judgment is the least important. It's so irrelevant. It's not even the least important. It's irrelevant.
But who can judge anyway? I mean, the thing is, he went on tour with his comedian show after. He went on Conan O'Brien. He went on every show he could go on to talk about the love and the loss of his wife. It's not like he said, I don't really care about her, and I'm now just going to take my 7-year-old daughter and marry the mistress or somebody else that was just walking down the street 15 months later. This is not something that happened 15 days later, but even if it were, who are we to judge if it's 15 minutes later? There's no, everybody has a different reason for getting married, and maybe he feels like he needs somebody else there for stability. Maybe he really loves her more than anything in the whole wide world. We watch reality shows. People fall in love in 7 minutes.
True.
Okay?
Very true.
It happens. You can't put a time limit on how quickly you fall in love with somebody. And I don't think we should be there to judge. So I think
I don't know if it's so much
wish
of
them
judging.
all well.
Of course. Now, first of all, I want to say I love him on King of Queens. That is one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
However, ... Y'all know me. So, okay, and I don't think it's so much of judging. I think when you become a celebrity, you're putting your whole life out there, and it's what you do. People are going to voice their opinions. Mine is, it's too soon. Mine is, she's a rebound chick.
15 months is not a rebound.
Girl, live a little bit longer. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I don't need to live. I lived through this twice with my parents and then my best friend's parents.
If you experienced it yourself, if you experienced
it's about as close as I can get. Watching my mom go through this is about as close as it's going to get without me losing my future.
Boyfriend, a fiance, a husband, that's the angle I'm coming from. As having to experience that directly affecting me, I was not married, but I was in a very, very, very long, shame on me, committed relationship. When that ended, it took me way past 15 months to get over that, to be true to myself and to know who I was, to get back out there, to make sure I wasn't dragging baggage from a previous relationship into my new one. That don't happen in 15 months.
But you don't know that. We don't know Patton's personal life. He's probably going through tons of therapy by himself and probably also with his daughter.
Not in 15 months.
You don't know that. None of us can sit here and say.
In my opinion, 15 months It's too soon
then
for
yes, that is
anyone
your opinion.
to move on, to be engaged, to move on to a whole.
So many people say
when
it
do you
takes
have time to get over it?
So many people say that it takes you half the time of your relationship in order to get over your last relationship.
I can believe that.
So if you're married for 10 years, it'll take you 5 years to get over it. That's what they say. That's just, I mean, what people say
in the therapy.
Yeah. But that's not every single person out there. There's totally different people. And I love, there was a woman that wrote in on his blog, and she said, I think she worded it the best, and she said, her name was Kelly or something, and she was saying, you know, I actually commend him because she had been in the same exact situation. She lost her spouse 4 days previous to the same situation. And so she could totally relate to him. And she said, you know what, for people to judge somebody sitting on the other side when you've got your spouse sitting next to you, you shouldn't be knocking down walls because you haven't walked through their shoes. So different people behave differently, and they respond differently to trauma. So who knows? I mean, you see relationships all the time. I mean, people that fall into someone else's arms very, very quickly.
Very. And it ends very quickly.
But not always. Sometimes.
My experience.
You can't.
Not always. You're right. Not always.
That's the thing.
But
they
quite
can
a
stay
bit
together for many, many years thereafter.
You can't you cannot put a blanket statement on love. It's impossible. Period.
Nope. Agreed.
All righty then. Well, there's another debate that's not such a new one. Who should pay on the first date? Now, with these dating apps, these single people are going on more dates than ever, and many say it's getting way more confusing to know if they're expected to pay all of it or just a portion. Now, dinner etiquette experts say if you invite, you pay, honey, but dating apps that you hook up over a swipe can make an invite confusing. Okay, so I'm gonna throw it out to you guys first. What do you think about who should pay on the first date if you are meeting someone online?
Oof. Well, as someone who actually used dating apps for 2 years or so, it was usually shared. I would at least offer, and most of the times the guy would pay anyway. But just the gesture of offering means, at least in millennial culture, in our society, it means more for the girl to at least pay because we're all broke. Most of us are all broke at the same time. So just the gesture of, you know, the girl pulling out her wallet and be like, oh, I'll go half with you, and be like, no, 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 because that is more important.
I've never done the online dating thing, but I mean, even if I were to date online, I mean, I think that if you're gonna date for the first time and you can't afford to pay, I always say, just meet for a coffee, meet for a slice of pizza, meet just to say hi. I mean, don't meet and buy a full dinner, and don't commit, most importantly, to a full dinner, a 2-hour dinner, which you don't know if this person is gonna work or not. But that being said, if you do think that this is going to work and you have communicated online maybe for a year, or maybe you've just contacted, you know, by phone for, you know, a few months, or you know somebody at work and it's the first date, whatever it is, I mean, I always think that the man needs to pay. Absolutely, the man needs to pay the very first date, no matter what, hands down. If you want to go in and you want to actually say, we'll go Dutch and you'll pay and I'll pay. But I think with your generation, Catalina, your millennial generation, I feel like you guys have changed things forever for the dating world. For sure. And I'm not sure that's in a good way, because I think there is such an ambiguity of who is going to pay, because you guys have said, you guys have really stressed the fact that you're independent and you're going to strive for independence and you're going to make sure that you can pay for your future. A man doesn't need to open a door. A man doesn't need to do anything for me.
That's called chivalry.
So with that being said, that has actually caused a double-edged sword, because the men are thinking, she doesn't want me to pay. She can do it herself. And so with that happening, the men are going, okay, well, she can pay. So if she can pay, well, then she should pay. And then on the other foot, I'm thinking, okay, if I were a guy, and this day and age, everyone is online dating. And so if you have so many dates a year, how much are you spending just to date, and just to live in the dating world? You can spend $20,000, $30,000 just in 1 year going out on random dates with girls.
Where the heck you going for that kind of money?
That was online. I don't know. That's what I read online.
Well, every person you match with, you don't necessarily go on a date. But if on average
you do dinner every single Friday night for a year, then you're going to spend $20,000.
You better go to Red Lobster.
You better stay home, or you better go for coffee.
Sometimes at home is better anyway.
Well, not on the first date.
I mean, the coffee is not really common.
You can't go on the first date at home, but you know, so I think it's a double-edged sword with all of that. And you need to clarify before you go out on a date. You need to say, sure, I'll go, but you know, I want to make sure who's paying. You've got to clarify that because unless you're okay with the uneasy silence of reaching for your wallet or not reaching for your wallet or, you know, waiting for him to pay or dismissing yourself to the bathroom, whatever it is.
I totally agree. All right, well, here's some exciting news for all of you Christmas lovers. Hallmark is bringing Christmas movies, that is, to July. From July 14th through July 23rd, the network will show a flurry of holiday movies, including a new one, The Christmas Cure, starring Brooke Nevin, Patrick Duffy, and Steve Byers, premiering on July 15th. This news comes after the announcement earlier this year that the Hallmark Channel will premiere 20 new Christmas movies this year. 20! How do they, like, where do they have the time to come up with 20 different Christmas-related plots?
It's Christmas, girl. You know, but most of them is usually the usual girl comes home to small town to visit grandma. She finds a guy that falls in love. The guy gets her to stay. You know, it's that type of thing. But I am so excited because I don't think it's a secret that Christmas is my absolute all-time favorite time of year because of the meaning behind it, the spirit that's in the air. But I am always excited to watch a Christmas movie. It just puts you in that mood. And right now with all the sales going on, Christmas in July sales, it just works perfectly. Now this,
really?
Yes. I think Hallmark has done a great job. I'm looking forward to it. They even went as far as online on their page, you could actually go and make a, if you take a selfie of yourself or a picture of yourself like this, you can create a Christmas card early in
July.
Oh my God.
Get ahead of the game.
Yes, get ahead of the game. So they're like all, you know, I look pretty cute on that picture.
That is a cute picture.
Cute, but that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And it starts this weekend. So for those of you who don't have anything to do and you're looking for a movie, get ready because Hallmark has us covered. I'm excited.
This is so weird.
So exciting. Go ahead and get your Santa suit. Get some hot cocoa and turn on a movie.
Yeah, make all the Christmas
It's too hot
treats
for cocoa.
Exactly. If it's too hot for hot cocoa, it's too hot for Hallmark movies with Christmas.
It's too, but let's be honest, this is Florida. It's too hot for hot cocoa in December.
It's
like
too hot
the very
to
last,
put on clothes
last
right
week.
about now.
Lord. All right, well, coming up next on the chat, new moves coming from the Girl Scouts. Hear more about their new initiative to get girls prepared for anything.
Anything.